Hey guys, Chad Hoover, iCast 2023. I have made it over to the Old Town booth to see what all the hype is about with the new ePDL. But listen, I could stand out here and go up and down this boat and act like I know what I'm talking about, and I'm really not gonna do it justice. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it over to the man behind this design, or at least the man that was part of the team that brought this thing to fruition. That's Ryan Lilly from Old Town. So again, I'm gonna turn it over to him. If I've got some questions along the way, I'm sure Ryan will be able to answer them, but he'll do a lot better job. So without further ado, this is Ryan Lilly from Johnson Outdoors and Old Town.
Thanks, Chad. My name is Ryan Lilly. I'm with Old Town, and I'm super excited to unveil our newest innovation. It's called the Old Town Sportsman BigWater ePDL Plus 132. It's a boat that does it all. It gives you manual pedal, power assisted pedal like an e-bike, as well as fully motorized cruise control. We're really proud to have taken Best Boat here at the 2023 iCast, and let me show you how it works. So you're all very familiar with our BigWater Hull. We used this platform to launch this new innovation because this hull is designed to cut through and to perform in rough and turbulent conditions, whether you're in current, tidal, windy days, that sort of thing. So we felt that marrying both the e-pedal technology with this hull was the best scenario, and we're really excited. I've been putting hundreds of hours behind the testing and validation of this product, and I can tell you what, it's a marriage made in heaven. So it's 13 foot, 2 inches long. You got a big cavernous tank well up front here for internal access, rigging, keeping things dry. This is a really nice feature on this boat. Moving back, I'll get to the heart at the very end. Moving back, all the boats within the Old Town Sportsman line are all about, ease of finding the right boat for you. Each one of the Sportsman models features a forward-facing rod holder, accessory tracks, padded floor, comfortable seat, and then it includes a branded tackle box that includes all the parts and pieces to put your paddle clip on when you buy the boat, etc. All right, so inside the boat itself, you've got a accessory track plate mounting system on either side. You got pocketing on either side, a nice padded floor, under the seat storage, a nice deep cup holder here, nice rugged grab handles, a forward-facing rod holder. And a new change to this boat is we took the accessory track plates off the back and we blew this stern tank well out to accommodate all the modern day tackle crates, coolers, catch bags. We wanted to make as much space as possible back here. So this is a really nice new improvement to the BigWater platform. And we offset the shallow water mounting location, so now it doesn't go down through the hole in the back. So if you need to break away with your power pole or your shallow water anchor, you can now do that with ease with that new offset location. All right, let's talk about the technology. So the ePDL Plus drive, as I mentioned in the beginning, it takes manual pedaling, power assisted pedal like an e-bike, as well as fully motorized cruise control, and brings it all together in one smooth package. The boat is internally wired with kill switches for safety. So out of the box, you get the drive, the hull, and a battery with a charger. So all you need to do is outfit it and rig it to how you want to fish it, all right? So the drive itself is IPX7, so it's waterproof. And with the hatch closed here, it also floats. So if you spill or if you drop the drive at the dock, you don't have to worry about water damaging the drive or it sinking to the bottom. It floats, which is awesome. We back it with a 2-year warranty, and all of our hulls get the limited lifetime hull warranty, which is huge. So I want to walk over and actually show you how the drive works. We've got a water tank here to kind of show you. So for those that are familiar with our pedal drive, it's the same exact drive from here down. Nothing changes. So it's very rugged. It can take abuse. All you need to do is rinse it off after saltwater use and keep the prop free from debris and fishing line and things like that. But everything from here down is the same. What we've done is we've taken that e-drive and built it into the head unit of the pedal drive. And I'm going to show you how it works. So even if it's off or you forget your battery or forget to charge your battery and it's dead, no worries, it's still a forward and reverse manual drive. So even with the drive off, you're still able to go forward and reverse. Now, if you want to use the ePDL or the motorized functions, you turn the drive on, you cycle through the safety screen, and in level 0, you're in manual. So you've got forward and reverse, okay? If you want to apply up to 5 levels of speed assist, like I live in Maine. I fish a lot of coastal waters, a lot of river mouths where the current's going 6 knots. What this allows me to do is to implement levels of speed assist to combat the conditions. So now it's giving me the confidence to go upstream and access waters that I predominantly wouldn't have bothered because I would exhaust myself by the time I'm there. So as I kick it in and I start to pedal, as I go up in those modes, it's going to take more of the burden onto the motor, and all I'm doing is moving the pedals with my fingers right now, and the motor's doing most of the work. I'm just moving the pedals. And if at any point within any of the 5 speed modes, if I want to switch over, take my feet off the pedals, take a break to check an email, re-rig my baits, etc., take a snack, all I have to do is hit that cruise control, take my feet off the pedals stop moving, becomes a fully motorized kayak, and again, I've got all 5 levels of speed. And let's say I want to stop real quick, or if I'm going to hit a dock or something, all I need to do is pedal backwards and it brings it back to level 0, becomes a manual boat. I get to go forward and reverse. So this boat really unlocks a new experience. Again, what it's done for me living in the Northeast where I'm fishing big windy lakes, big rivers, coastal conditions, is it allows me to access and have confidence to get to places I normally wouldn't have bothered, and gives me the confidence to get home. And if I forget to charge my battery, no big deal. It's still a manual pedal drive and I can pedal myself home. Really awesome technology.
Ryan, you crushed it, man. But
Thank
listen,
you.
all of these other media folks are coming over here throwing you softballs, congratulating you on best of show, but you know I don't do that. So here's the deal. We've had the benefit of waiting until you won best of show. We've got to hear the buzz around the show. We've got to see the social media comments. So there's some questions I'm going to ask you because there's not a lot of people asking it.
Sure.
The first question that I get from a lot of people, and I'm getting text messages, I'm like, I don't know, I haven't even been over there yet. So if the motor fails, right, because all things mechanical or electrical can fail, is it harder to pedal than, say, a standard pedal drive? Like, that's one of the big questions that I'm seeing.
It's slightly more friction because we designed the drive to brake when you're in cruise control so the pedals don't keep moving.
Right.
There's a little bit more friction. So if you were to compare what it's like to hand pedal this unit compared to one of our other standard PDL drives, it's going to have a little bit more friction, but that's by design because we want the pedals to stop moving when you're in cruise control.
But you're not going to be in a situation where you can't pedal back because
Absolutely
it's
not.
so hard that you're like overwhelming yourself. Okay.
And I'm going to get ahead of it too because a lot of people are like, well, it doesn't have reverse. It does have reverse, but it's not motorized in reverse.
Okay.
And you'll know our pedal drives, you've had experience where it's instant forward and reverse. With this, because you're under power, it's going to have a clutch inside. So when you want to go reverse, you're going to have to pedal back a revolution and a half for that to unseat and then reseat. So it isn't instant,
so it's semi-instant.
but it's semi-instant.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so listen, everybody in kayak fishing knows that I was one of the first people pounding the motorized deal. And the big reason that I did it was because I wanted the motor to be available for the people that needed it. And I realized that if you didn't make motorized kayaks available and you're able-bodied and you created a bigger market, it wouldn't be there for the folks like disabled veterans, folks that need that assistance, and people that, hey, listen, something in your life happened. You're in a car accident, you had sciatic nerve damage, you had something happen that limited or changed your ability. So I'm always a big fan of people that are so far ahead of what else is out there, because people have said, oh, this has already been done. Jackson did it with this. No, Jackson did a motor on top of a pedal drive, so it was either motor or pedal. Well, Feel Free tried it with the overdrive, and how did that do? Again, that was a motor or pedal. This is motoring and pedaling, and so what I'm excited about the future of this is for folks that, you know, like a lot of my brothers, they don't have the ability to pedal, or they want to get that assistance to go out there. This is going to allow them to still pedal. It's going to allow them to still be, you know, contributing. It's going to allow them to build themselves up, because it's a lot like an e-bike. You get out on that e-bike, you can go further, you can cover more ground, but you've got the ability to help yourself out, you know, where you need it. And I think like anything else, a lot of the initial sticker shock is the price, okay? But when you're a new technology, you're going to get that, right? It's just part of it. When something new comes out, it's got to be more expensive, because you got to probably put a ton of money into R&D.
Pushing the envelope requires investment, right? So yes, so that definitely has a factor. But the sticker price includes the boat, the drive, the battery, and the charger. So
and the warranty. There's a certain factoring in that you have to do with that. So that's a big part. Now, the other thing that I see a lot of people talking about is, why did they put it in the BigWater? Why didn't they put it in the Sportsman? And I don't think people quite understand, and you touched on it pretty well during your video, but that isn't the BigWater that they know. right? And I think a lot of people felt like, well, if they had one boat to stick it in, why didn't they stick it in the Sportsman?
Right.
But that's a completely redesigned BigWater because it allows you to go after that saltwater market.
Right.
But if you're a kayak angler and you're fishing where you need depth finders and deep offshore, you're still fishing open water. You're an offshore fisherman. So it's not just that it's a saltwater platform. So I think that's probably one of the big misconceptions out there is like, why did they put it in a saltwater boat? And I'm like, it's a boat. Yeah. It's a kayak. You know what I mean? So talk about that a little bit. What was the logic behind the BigWater platform over, say, a continuation of the Sportsman?
Sure, that's a great question. So the BigWater is our flagship pedal drive. It performs great in big water, and you get BigWater on big lakes, you get BigWater on rivers, you get BigWater on the ocean. And so it's optimized to handle rough water conditions. And when you marry the technology that this provides, as well as a capable hull to cut through the roughest conditions, the harshest conditions, it gives you a stable boat that performs really well. So we felt that at least while we kick off this technology and we roll this out, the most fitting place to start was the BigWater. Not to say you won't see an extension in the future. However, this is where we're starting, and this is where we're really proud to start because it's a marriage made in heaven, and it works great on lakes, it works great on the ocean and rivers.
There's a lot of these old country sayings that I'm gonna bastardize to make this statement I'm about to make. You can fish a big water boat in small water, but you can't fish a small water boat in big water. So it makes a lot of sense. And so for the folks that don't just react emotionally, the people that don't, have a stake in it, like I think a lot of sportsman's owners thought, well, you should just be able to drop it in.
Right.
But there's so much more to it
than
just sticking it in. Like a lot of times with a pedal drive boat, when a new boat comes out, people go, why didn't they make the pedal drive for this kayak? Well, you got to have a pedal port. You got to have rudder accommodations. You got to make the boat a little wider
and
to
kill
deal
switch
with
keys.
And you got to have all kill switch. But I'm saying every time a new boat comes out, kind of the visceral reaction from a lot of the community is, well, why didn't they make it to where I can stick it in the boat I already own? Well, there's way more to it than just dropping it in there. Does that make sense?
And for us, it was really important that we had a lot of questions. Why can't I take the drive and plop it into something else? Safety first for us, and so it's wired internally with those safety switches, so that if you hit something hard with the drive, there's a kill switch built into the pod, so that drive will disconnect from power, or if you fall overboard, you'll disconnect from power with the kill switch. So we felt it was really important to bring to market the whole package versus selling just the motor, and it makes it the safest for us to be able to launch a technology with that safety integrated into the platform.
Some of the other things that I just want to touch on, since this is, this video is going to try to answer as many questions as possible. I've seen things like, well, why didn't they add nav lights? And it's like, look, you're already knocking on the door. Not knocking on the door. You are the new door for the most expensive fishing kayak on the market from a manufacturer. And you don't have to have nav lights to fish during the day, but you have to at night. So if you're going to do that, just add them yourself. You're already powered. The boat's already wired. It's real easy. So I understand, that deal, right? And I'm going to put you on the spot to ask you if this is something that's in the plans, knowing that you probably won't be able to answer it, and then I'll just speculate. All technology starts somewhere, and then eventually it's going to back its way into the rest of the product line. So it can't be that that isn't the plan long term for the big picture with Old Town, right? It's like this is something that's going to ultimately back its way up into the rest of the product line.
Well, I will say this, I can't obviously speak on the future, but I will say we've invested a lot in this technology. We came to market, it's taken long enough to where we were able to secure the patent before we came to market with it. That takes a lot of investment. So this is the starting point, what I think is the future for our sport, to be able to provide an experience that unlocks a new experience, a new way to get out there, accessibility for people that want to get out and do the things that we love to do, but maybe need a little bit more help, or even capable people like us that can get out there. It allows us and unlocks us.
It's like those guys when you're fishing that just drive right between you and your fishing spot, just oblivious. They don't know any better. Don't hurt. It ain't their fault. You know what I mean? In the South, we say, bless their heart. You know what I'm saying? Like,
all that to say, man, like, the future's bright. We're excited. We've poured a lot of investment and love into this, and it's not going anywhere. All
right, so the one thing that I can tell you that I've learned just from working with this knucklehead for about 2 years now, has been putting some boats in my hands, letting me get out and try them out, is that they listen. They listen to the anglers, they listen to the community, they listen to their pro staff. So I want to walk you guys over to the corner of the booth because I asked for something last year when I did a video, and it's not getting any coverage because this thing is blowing it out of the water. But I want you guys to follow me over to the corner of the booth because I asked this guy for something and they delivered. So let's go check it out. All right, so listen, in my video of the Old Town Sportsman series, I actually called Ryan and said, look, dude, I want to say at the end of the video, I wish y'all would have made it in camo. Are you cool with that? And I sent him the clip, and he's like, dude, put that in the video. So I put it in the video, and in that video, I literally said, man, I love the boat, guys, but how do you call it the Sportsman? And it comes in like blue camo and orange camo. There's fancy names for it, but let's just call it what it is, blue camo and orange camo, and I can't duck hunt out of that. Well, here it is. It is the Sportsman Autopilot in camo. So,
yes.
bro,
yeah, you're
thank
welcome.
you, man.
Hey.
And anything new to talk about with this, because it is getting overshadowed by the ePDL, but
yeah.
Is there anything additionally new other than just a new color?
Nope. So this remains unchanged this year. The color is the main story on the Sportsman line. We phased out Photic, which is that teal camo. Ember remains, but now we have 3 color options. We've got the new steel camo that you saw over on the ePDL that goes throughout the whole line, as does the camo that you see here, and orange camo. So you got 3 color options for 2024. We heard you, and I wish I could have told you that.
For them. I know, I appreciate
it was already in the works.
I know that.
But when you sent that clip, I sent that around the company. I was like, hey, listen, we're on the right track because we heard you, and we wanted to deliver that promise this year.
All right, Ryan, well, listen, thanks, man. Listen, here we are. There's a reason they won ICAST Best of Show. Again, redefining what people already think is all you can do in kayak fishing. I can't tell you how many times people say, oh man, everything you can do in kayak fishing has already been done. And you guys just kind of knocked down another wall. So I'm excited to see not only how this is received by the community, but how it evolves over the course of time, because I can only imagine that this thing is going to become a bigger deal in your product lineup, and I'm excited to see kind of how that all comes to fruition. I've been the motor guy for a long time because I think it gives more access to more water to more people for more time in their life, and I appreciate you guys pioneering change in that space.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Thanks for swinging by.
Appreciate you.
Yep.
All right, guys, Old Town, check out all of their socials, check out their website for more information on all of their product line, but especially the new BigWater ePDL.